Lunchbox is brought to you by Tacocraft Taqueria.
Hold the mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Beefo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome bay with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, and welcome once again to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. And boy, oh boy, are we in for a special treat today. We are at an iconic eatery in South Florida, and that would be Anthony's Runway 84, right on State Road 84 in Fort Lauderdale. And look who I've got by my side over here. That's Marc, one of the partners here.
How's it going, everybody?
The refurbished 84. And you've seen this guy earlier this week, Paul Castronovo, star of stage, screen, radio, and also partners with one Anthony Bruno, who's going to be joining us later, and Falsetto.
And Tacocraft.
But I don't want to talk about me not being a partner at Runway. It's the worst.
You're also jealous.
Oh, you turned it
jealous
down.
of my shirt.
I was just thinking about walking in the door. There's not a restaurant on earth that I've been in more than this one in my lifetime.
Right?
40-something years, right? 42 years?
How long? The restaurant's been here, I don't know.
42 years now.
Yeah,
84.
so
82.
82. Yeah, 42 years.
My radio career down here started in 84, so I've been coming to this restaurant for 40 years.
Wow.
This is my 40th year on the air.
I actually thought you worked here originally.
I
told Anthony, I thought he actually was part of the restaurant.
Hey, I should have been.
This is great. This place, I love places that are, historic in terms of, South Florida years, and 42 years is a lifetime in South Florida to make it that long. But then to have it refurbished and re-energized, breathe new life with this whole renovation where it reopened. I've lost track of time. It's like almost 2 years.
It'll be 2 years in February.
And the place every night is New Year's Eve in here.
Every
it's a
single
party.
night. Like, even last night, there's 350 people in here dancing crazy.
Unbelievable.
If you had told me it was New Year's Eve last night, I would have believed you.
You get a younger crowd, like you got us old guys. We're here no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
But now
I've been coming here 35. He's been coming here 40.
My
Age
son,
is just a number, by the way.
my son, who's in his 20s, he's 24. Him and his buddies, this is their go-to joint. When
look at this. We got Joe Alfano.
How are you, buddy?
Joe Alfano,
We're live on air. We got Joe
manager
Alfano.
here.
Yes, we're live.
Every time Joe sees me in here eating, he looks at my table. He looks at all the food and he goes, eating like he's going to the chair.
What I'd like to do is put his cell phone number on the bottom of the screen for reservations.
So you don't get bothered anymore.
Stop texting Falsetto.
Great job as usual, Joe. Looking forward to it. All right, before we get into the meat of the matter and all kinds of things, I just have to gently chide you, Marc Falsetto. I'm surprised you make a rookie mistake. You go to Italy and you order the chicken medium rare.
Oh, yeah. You heard about that.
What is this?
I got violently ill when I was in Italy on my last trip.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you told me that.
Nothing but a little salmonella poisoning and some typhoid with a side of typhoid fever.
Okay.
The only guy who's gone to Italy and managed to lose like 15 pounds.
I'm not going to lie. You look freaking great.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if you want to hear that,
great.
but you do look great.
What happened? I need the story.
On day 4, I got salmonella poisoning, and I was sick for about 11 days, turned into an infection, and I almost spent most of my trip in and out of the doctors and
in and out of water closets in Italy too.
But the good news is I made home alive.
Yeah, you look
that's
good.
great.
You really
You
do
look
good.
good.
Yeah, thank you.
Does this mean you have to take a mulligan and go back and do the same
I promised
trip?
my wife we're going back. So.
Nice.
Yep.
That is definitely the way to do it.
I gotta wait till after season because it's gonna start getting very, very busy around here.
Similar thing happened to me during my honeymoon, the first honeymoon after I got married in 2002. We went to in the Bahamas, not Atlantis, but this nice resort next to it, Ocean Club. And my wife at the time, now my ex-wife, Michelle, but she got violently ill. Yeah, well, it was, the whole thing was doomed from the start. We got married on December 7th, day of infamy, and then we went to the Bahamas, and she picked up norovirus right off the bat.
That's what I thought I had. But
we were there 5 days, and she spent 5 days just in bed. Couldn't do a thing.
Yep.
And then I had to we had to do a do-over, and we ended up going to France and Italy, and that turned out much better.
All right.
So anyway.
Well, Paulie, weren't you were in Italy at the same sim? We overlap, but we
were in Lake
missed
Como.
each other by a couple days.
We were in Lake Como, and I did not get sick. I did one time. It happened to me once. I was in back when we were doing the Castronovo Vineyards, Montepulciano. I went to stay at the vineyard and everything, and they brought me to this this guy Eros Spinozzi, my wine guy, took me to this restaurant, his favorite place, to have the pasta from that area. Muñaya, it was the pasta.
I never even heard
That's
of
the
that.
pasta. It's called muñaya.
Oh.
And I was like, so excited to have it. And I sit down and I start eating the muñaya, and all of a sudden I start
What, you have
sweating.
allergic reaction?
I don't know. I started sweating, and I go, "Where's the bathroom?" And for the next 3 days, I didn't
You're
leave
out.
the bed. My wife and son were there. Like, what do you do when someone's just sick? You know?
Yeah,
No,
it's terrible.
It was
no,
terrible.
there's
Yeah.
nothing
And
worse.
nothing worse being sick in a foreign country. Even though Italy is
Right.
beautiful, it was still still an awkward.
Yeah, no, it's just
nerve-wracking.
it ruins everything. But you're
You
a
know,
trooper
I'm back,
because
I'm fresh, I'm ready to rock and
I
roll.
was following your IG, and it's like you didn't miss a beat.
Yeah,
you
that
still
was only
made
the
it to
first
all
5
the
days,
cities.
and I got carted around to
Oh, Jesus.
So you
couple
kept
places.
going out.
Yes.
While
I couldn't
sick.
cancel my room, so I would go from Lake
Oh.
Como to Portofino. Sounds rough, but I never left the hotel rooms at any of the
Oh,
All
motor
right.
trips.
Well, I'm
Jeez.
glad
Oh,
that
you
you're
faked it
back
well.
in one
Yeah.
piece and you are back in eating and drinking shape. And
Yeah, there we
we're-
go. I'm ready
We're
to go.
ready to do it. Now, this is it. Season is here. The roads are filling up.
Got a lot of
Boat
exciting
show
things to talk
next
about.
week.
Today. Oh my
The
god!
holidays coming
yeah.
up, and I understand there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah,
for
I want
the
to talk to
holidays.
you a little bit about all the exciting things that we have going on here at Runway 84. So to kick it off, first we got Boat Show next week. Boat Show next week. We got a lot of amazing things. We're rolling out our brand new wine list, brand new cocktail list.
Sipping
Well, Paulie's
some
got his
beautiful
famous.
What, is this the drink?
No, that's a
Oh.
Sicilian Negroni, but we're gonna have the
Whoa.
our old fashioned bar with the
Go
rum.
back.
Yeah.
My favorite drink on the planet is a Negroni. What is a Sicilian Negroni?
So ready for this one? I got right here in front of you. We're doing a whole Negroni bar on the menu.
Wow.
Now. So we have
my God.
all
So you're never leaving,
variations.
Paul.
we have 5 different variations of Negroni.
Oh
Your
my
classic, your mezcal. We have a coconut infused. We have a super high end Negroni, and we also have our Sicilian, which is our traditional Negroni with amaretto and Campari in it.
I thought the
Ooh.
Sicilian
and Cointreau.
and I
I
thought
want you to taste this, by the way.
Well,
That's
let
why it's
Paul
here.
take the first sip. And
Yeah,
I
let
thought the distinguishing characteristic of a Sicilian Negroni is it never forgets.
It never forgets. And knows
Sometimes
nothing
it
about anything.
forgives,
The amaretto.
but
a
it
little-
never.
yeah.
It's amaretto forward. That's
Amaretto forward. So that's
wow,
gonna have your
really neat.
that's gonna have your gin, your vermouth, your Campari,
It's
I
the
love
lovely
that
Danielle.
one. I-
with a
always
little bit
good
of
to see.
amaretto and Cointreau in there.
I was
It's
just
amazing.
telling Mark, Danielle, my Negroni. I've been telling Anthony about Negronis for years, and he doesn't like them.
Yeah.
It's my favorite drink. This is incredible. This is the Sicilian.
So we told Andy we'll bust his shots when he gets here, but we said we're doing a Negroni bar.
What did he say?
I don't know why everybody likes those
Yeah.
drinks.
Yeah.
And he yells at
See,
me.
you got to tell him.
He yells at me for drinking them at night, and he's like, "No, that's a daytime drink." I go, "Are you
Daytime.
nuts?"
That's the most spirit-forward cocktail you can get. It's
I
1
try
ounce,
to, he
1 ounce.
doesn't
1 ounce.
understand. You know what? He's so set in
He's
his
set
ways.
in his ways.
Yeah,
This is what happens,
he won't
Paul. You
listen to
know
me.
that. Meanwhile, we're joined on the headset. Oh, she's bashful, Danielle Falsetto. But yeah, I mean, we've got the new wines, we got the new cocktails.
So the
and,
boat show.
the high end Negroni.
and
It is. Which is the high
we've
Yeah,
got.
so we have a first class that's going to be made with Patron Añejo. We're using Añejo tequila.
Are you a tequila guy, Paul? Because
Yeah,
I'm
so
more of the Negroni.
So that's a Negroni. This
well,
is going to be
try it.
our
I'm gonna try it.
84
Well, we're just
spritz
sharing. We're
right
family
here.
here.
As,
So-
as a partner in Tacocraft, he asked me
Yes.
if I'm into tequila.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
you
God,
could say that. That's nice.
This
that's
is
really nice.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to try
Sicilian
these. I don't finish
Negroni is definitely on my wish list for
Yeah.
this holiday season.
So Negroni's one of my favorite drinks. Paulie, one of your favorite drinks. And what's more Italian than having a whole Negroni bar?
That's
So
brilliant.
that's
yeah,
fantastic.
so we're gonna have a whole an old fashioned bar here that we actually have our Papa's Pilar old fashioned, which
Oh,
is
I
so
love it,
popular
yeah.
at Tacocraft.
he likes pop.
We have the Papa's Pilar old fashioned
With the grilled pineapple or no grilled pineapple?
No grilled pineapple here, but we got some filthy cherries with it here.
Yeah, you
Ooh,
don't need
filthy
pineapples in
cherries.
Italian food. Don't work.
Yeah.
I think the Negroni is a better drink with the big ice cube, and I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
I don't know
Thank
why.
you.
It's something about it. Maybe it's a classy thing.
It's like an old
And
fashioned.
that's what sets Anthony's Runway 84 apart. The
touches.
little touches are all
Oh, yeah.
considered and correct. And
Well, the devil's in the details. Oh, and the
Uh-oh.
lights are getting
and
dim.
somebody
That's
just
not
got
what
it.
we
on
want.
the
All right,
second
we have,
I thought I
floor.
was having
just
a-
grab Joe there. He'll turn it up a
I
little
thought I was
bit.
having a stroke or something.
Somebody was no. We're bringing down the
Yeah,
mood.
yeah,
It's a little bit
You
romantic.
know what? I want
in
to
here
say
now.
this. You just mentioned that everybody's coming down the boat show. I just drove. I left my house in Boca at 2:30. I figured no problem.
Oh, no, unbelievable.
Bumper to friggin' bumper at 2:30 in the
Now the
afternoon.
traffic's going back.
I saw
I
a
live in
million.
Los Angeles. It took me 30 minutes to get here.
Yeah,
It
it's
usually takes me
crazy.
5 minutes. Yeah.
We whisked up from Gulfstream. I was expecting a much heavier commute,
Well,
and
you didn't- you see,
luckily,
Pagano was at Gulfstream. That's why he's not
Was
here.
he?
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I see him
Yeah,
down
tell him I
there.
said hi. I haven't
Yeah.
seen
oh
Ralph in a
wow, I
while.
wish I would have seen Ralph, but yeah, he couldn't make it here today. We always like to hear about his latest exploits. But all right, meanwhile,
Boat show.
besides the cocktails,
Yep.
you're talking about holiday decorations.
So this is my favorite time
Okay.
of the year, by the
Yeah.
way. So We got together. All the boys got together. We started it last year, and we turned Runway 84 into a winter wonderland.
That's
So this year, we're going to start the Christmas decorations 3 weeks early.
Really?
We are starting them November 4th.
Okay, right after
Wow.
Halloween. I
You
think
sound like
that's
my wife.
appropriate.
Halloween.
My
Yeah.
wife wants us to get a Christmas tree.
We are going over the top. I mean, whoever's been here last year knows that we're going over the top. Not just the bar, the whole dining room. It's the craziest thing ever. We're going to roll out the holiday cocktails, which we have a whole holiday cocktail list that comes out as well too. So November marks the start of our holiday season here, and we're
So
going
wait
to
a
roll it
minute.
all the way
Let's
to the New
talk
Year.
about Christmas Eve, with the 7 fishes and
Yep.
whatnot. Who is going to play Santa Claus? That's because every year, for years,
I
I've been coming
volunteer.
here.
Yeah.
I'm fat
Mayo
enough
actually
now.
probably
You're
fits.
too skinny now,
Oh,
Well,
Paul.
I got
here's the
that.
thing is, it's Chef Robbins, but he doesn't know it yet. That's the thing. He just doesn't know it yet.
By the way,
Oh, yeah.
big milestone birthday for Chef
Oh,
Robbins.
another
the-
Negroni.
the
Oh, yeah,
other
Chef
stuff.
Robbins
The
just
rum
turned
old-fashioned,
40.
all
The
right?
big 4-0. He looks marvelous, and he's just putting out all the good food
Oh, yeah.
here at
All right,
Runway.
so it's
Also,
the rum
Taco
old fashioned with Papa's Pilar.
This is
Okay.
Mr.
Papa's
Paul
Papa's
Castronovo's.
Pilar, Papa's Pilar Dark,
Dark.
with the sherry cask rum, with the I imagine a little sweet, simple sugar.
Yeah, little
A little
bitters.
simple, a little
Little bitters.
regular bitters, a
is it-
little chocolate bitters.
Oh,
Oh,
chocolate
I like
bitters,
that.
and what the other? What's the other bitters?
Agnostura.
Agnostura,
And
the
you-
traditional
You
orange.
have to
bitters,
drink
yeah.
it with your pinky out. So that's
There you
official.
go.
That's
well,
nice,
look at
yeah.
Paulie, man. He is getting
That's
his
like one of the most
Friday
pop. People love that. Oh, what's come on?
Freak-On.
It's
It's
such a good
That's
drink.
such a
it's
good
all
drink.
good. All right, I'm
Good.
going to go into
So
that
that's,
one.
that's Paulie has a drink.
And
It's a
it's
drink
with
at
a-
every one of our restaurants.
It's with
by the way.
a lemon slice,
I mean-
a little. I
That's
mean,
orange.
oh,
That's
that
orange,
is.
yeah.
And an
My
old-fashioned
eyes
for
need
sure.
fixing.
It's
I
okay.
was
It's
yelling.
very
Yeah, well,
thin.
Yeah, and
Try
and
that.
tell me about these filthy cherries. Do they have an OnlyFans account?
Yeah,
Why are
right.
they filthy?
Try that drink.
These days, I wouldn't
I'm
doubt it.
done. That is really,
Isn't that good?
you don't you can't tell, I mean, it's just perfect. You don't know what's you
Oh
you
man,
taste the rum, or do you taste
I love that.
We're all drinking out of it.
You know,
It's
I
all
hate
good.
to
Okay.
get mildly risque, but
please do.
anytime
Pass it around.
anytime I take a sip of a
That's
drink
the
and
Sicilian.
it kind of makes my
That's
nipples
good, right?
hard, that's
Yeah.
a good drink, and that's just what
Isn't that
happened. And I'm
delicious?
I thought it was
I
sitting
had
next
it.
to me. I didn't know.
I'm good. I already had some.
Oh, he's gonna try it.
Yeah, we'll let Lubie try a little
So
bit.
back,
Hey,
so back to it. So just to back to it really quick.
That's a good drink. That's my
Bocho,
new
we're
drink.
rolling right into the Christmas holiday spirit. And then also our power lunches, which is every Friday, which
Right.
today we had over 100 people for lunch.
Awesome.
We are starting every Friday until the end of the year having live music.
Oh.
Pat is so passionate about the music. He's bringing the live music for Friday lunches for 8 weeks straight.
Wow, that's good. That means
So,
the
yeah,
season
the
is
season
here.
is
The
here.
holiday
Oh,
spirit
yeah.
is here. And is it the same as the evening singer crooner? or-
Variation. Yeah,
You're gonna
variation.
go
Yep,
back and
yep,
forth?
back and forth. More crooning, more pianos, maybe duos.
Love it.
Yep,
and
we're
a
doing
lot
some
of holiday
both
tunes.
holiday tunes,
Some Perry Como,
All that good
some,
stuff.
The White Christmas. And,
all that good stuff.
oh man,
yeah.
I'm getting all weepy. This is like fantastic. I love. First of all, the atmosphere in here just during the rest of the year is beautiful. And I was in here for a charity luncheon the other day, and everybody was wowed. A lot of people who had never been
Becca's
here
Closet,
before.
by the way.
Yeah,
right?
Becca's
great,
Closet.
Great,
Oh,
great,
that's a good
great
one. Yeah,
charity.
yeah.
Jay Kurtman, who it was a tragic story, but he's turned it into a real mitzvah, as we say in Hebrew. That he
You're doing so many wonderful
he
things. I was talking
continues
to him.
his
Very
daughter's
good.
legacy of she started as a high school student collecting prom dresses for the less fortunate who couldn't afford them, and then after her tragic death in an auto accident, he continued the tradition, and they have an
Oh my
annual.
God, annual. We do something annual here for them at Runway every year. He's been doing it for 21 years.
Yeah, and a good
Yeah.
crew came out, and the food was excellent. Well, job well done.
Thank you
Meatballs.
so much.
The
Hey, we were just
classic
thinking about
Italian
it. Hold on, wait. When you do the Christmas decorations, can we throw a menorah in for Mayo?
He
Oh,
said,
I'm
he
saying
said,
we're gonna
he
put
said
one
there's
here.
a menorah. We're in
Yeah, we're
South
gonna put it-
Florida.
Yeah, we're gonna
Right.
put one here behind the piano. Or,
They
somewhere in the corner.
They'll
We love you to death. We're gonna put
look,
one over
you
there.
guys
Right?
do it upright. I'll never forget. This reminds me of a story from my youth. My family, we always used to
What is
go
this,
in
Nick?
to.
Oh, a little
he
Wagyu
brought out the
carpaccio.
Carpaccio.
Mike, just to get his palate wet, you know?
Oh, this is my
Yeah,
daughter's
shave
favorite.
nice truffles on here.
Natalia
Oh, my God.
loves.
You know, I'm putting on
The
Anthony's tab. He
Wagyu
doesn't worry about the
beef
food costs. Let's go,
carpaccio.
yeah.
With
And
shaved truffles.
This is
There you go.
unbelievably
Thank you.
good.
We'll bring some roll-ups
All right.
and some plates, yeah.
I'm going to give my
beautiful.
story. Used to go with my family, Lower Manhattan. There was an Italian restaurant called Forlini's.
Oh,
Yep.
Been there forever. And then it was strange because it became very trendy in its final years. Anyway, one Christmas time when I was about 6 years old, I went to Forlini's with my parents. They had a Santa Claus. Oh, no,
Yeah.
it wasn't a Santa Claus. It was the Maitre d', as we're on the way out, he goes, and what do you want for Christmas from Santa? And I said, nothing. I'm a little Jewish boy.
Yep.
That was it. But all I want for Christmas is Chinese food usually.
Exactly,
but
right?
That's it. But
Oh,
now,
so
look
see
at
the,
this.
spicy
Look at,
rigatoni.
you slaughtered us again. I said
We got one drink, too, that we didn't talk about. That is the new Spritz. That's the 84 Spritz. And that's a Spritz made with Grey Goose Citron.
I'm not a spritz guy.
But
What's
check
that?
this out. Limoncello,
Oh,
Prosecco,
This is the
Grey
Spritz?
Goose Citron. Oh, yeah. And a little bit of basil syrup. That's another hot new drink.
By the
that we
way,
created.
It's good.
The
They all
8,000
taste great. They all taste.
8,000 times I've been to Italy and I've eaten a billion artichokes. Oh, I think the Americans are the ones that stuff
Yeah.
artichokes. I don't think they do it like that.
No,
in
they
Italy.
do zucchini flowers.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
other
you're right.
variations of it. They do the pasta with the zucchinis.
This is the
But
classic.
it's very, classic. So
Classic Anthony's Runway 84 preparation of a
Wow.
stuffed artichoke. It looks like the beautiful California
That's the way my mother
ones.
makes them too. By the
Yeah.
way.
This place has been here 42 years. I cannot think of a better place. We forgot to mention October, Italian American Heritage Month.
Yep.
So we're wrapping that up the last week of October. And this is the epitome of Italian American food, the stuff that I grew up with
Yes,
in
sir.
Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
And it's, you got your Sunday
that.
It's
gravy.
kind of like
Wow.
when people say, "Listen, you're not Italian. You're absolutely right. We don't do Italian food
You're not
here.
Northern
we do
Italian?
Italian American food here, New York style.
Yeah.
Oh,
As you
thank
know,
you, buddy.
And it's a different thing, but it's
Yeah,
a wonderful
It's
thing.
a wonderful thing,
And-
and that's what we specialize in.
And I always can't stand people who say, well, that's not authentic. And
It's
it's
not
like,
the same.
well, it's authentic if you're from the Bronx.
Let me tell you something.
exactly.
I
exactly.
brought so many friends from Italy to the restaurant here, and they
Thank
rave
you.
about the food. They love the food, mostly the Southern Italians, because it's very close to what we have in Rome. When you go to Rome, you can get food like this.
But look at
This
this.
is one of your new. The carpaccio is new.
Yeah, you want to serve it out? We'll bring. We're live on the air, so we'll do a little carpaccio. Nick, you want to
Oh,
serve it
yeah.
out?
I got to
Little
get a picture
carpaccio?
of the grand tasting here.
The
Look
steak
at
and
that.
pizzaiolo
Oh,
is
my
pretty
God.
good.
But you
Wow.
mentioned Southern Italian. Look, that's
I'm
your
okay with it.
classic Sunday gravy, red
Sunday
sauce.
feast,
But the-
brajol sausage, homemade
but
meatballs.
yeah, it's and the meatballs here are fantastic. But you look at around here, there's no other red sauce. You've got, that beautiful artichoke stuff.
I want to bring us.
You
I haven't had a long time.
this-
The
I
rigatoni
had
cauliflower.
that.
That's the dish.
They
right
served
there.
yeah.
that at the charity luncheon, the Beckett's Closet luncheon the other day,
Thank you.
and it was the hit of the table. That is the rigatoni
And
with the cauliflower.
Michael's favorite here. I want to bring
Melts
my
in
friend
your mouth.
some
Thank
steak.
you
Yeah,
so much.
it's unique because if the people are like, I don't know if I like cauliflower until you say that in the olive oil. It's
Beautiful.
not your.
Thank you.
It's not traditional boiled
Thank you so
cauliflower, steamed cauliflower. It's look, the steak's cooked perfectly. You got a nice steak program. Beef.
So I was just going to say, Italian American food. But when we all got together, and Anthony and I were talking about the steak program.
Gotcha.
Let's do the real deal. What's New York known for? Is the steakhouses. And
Peter Luger.
and
And
there's
who
a
did
lot
you
of
go to?
Peter Luger,
The
same
same
fabricator. Same
fabricator
fabricator.
out of
We checked out of
Chicago?
Chicago Stockyard Beef on the
Oh, my
porterhouse.
God. I mean, it's tremendous.
Hold on,
So
I got to
this-
try another Negroni. real
Okay,
quick.
another Negroni.
Which
All
one
right.
is this, Danielle?
Oh, it's not on. Yep,
Oh, Mike,
sorry.
no, there you
The
go.
high-end one called the First Class.
That's perfect. It's
High-end
it's
one.
with-
I don't see
Very
anything
good.
in front of me here that's not high-end
No, but
first
this one
class.
is made with the Añejo tequila
Ah,
Negroni
instead
okay.
of a gin.
instead of
Thank
a
you.
gin.
Wow.
Isn't that
This is
cool?
it.
With Campari and
With Campari, same exact parts.
Do you
just
use the
tequila.
Antica?
Antica.
Yeah, that's
you got to
the
use
stuff.
the Antica.
Yeah, folks, if you're going to make a Negroni at home, don't cheap out on the
Correct.
vermouth, which is I think is one of the most important ingredients. There's only 3 ingredients, so if you're going to go the Antica, what's the second word? Antica
Carpano.
Carpano.
Yep.
There's nothing like it. It's fantastic.
Right.
Oh, you got to
I'm
have. You got to
covering
have.
for Mayo, who's eating.
You got to have the great vermouth.
One thing that I keep forgetting on this show is that you're not supposed to talk with your mouth full.
Yeah,
Or
And-
say it to the mic.
pretty hard to do.
Yeah, but when I get presented with an array of food like this, did you try that carpaccio?
I've
yet?
had it so many times.
Oh, it's
Every
so
time I
good.
come in, I order
It's
it.
so
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Look at the service you get here.
All right. You didn't
It's
see
part of the whole experience. When you do come here, and one of the things I love is they will course out a meal properly. Thank you. You got a little of the beautiful, that's kind of a demi-glace sauce.
Yeah,
there.
similar to what it's our house steak sauce.
Mhm.
House steak sauce. That's perfect. Thank you.
It's delicious. But yeah, proper service. You got a whole veteran crew. They'll course things out. They'll serve you if you're going to be eating things family style, which is the recommended way here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So the menu's meant for sharing, family style. We course it out for you. We want to serve you. We love when customers just come in. We have so many customers been coming here for so long, like yourself, Paul. You know what, Mark? Just take care of us. So just ask Toto, family style. We'll do the rest.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Most
my
customers
deal.
don't even ask what they want.
I
We just
haven't
do it
ordered in
family
this
style.
restaurant.
We roll
I
it
haven't
out.
ordered. Well, I shouldn't say that. When the place got redone, thank you. When the place got redone, you think I would know how to use a mic?
After 40 years.
I walk into Toto. I go, I don't know what to do. The menu's different. He goes, I got you covered. I wanted to try the spicy rigatoni. Now I have to have it every time. That chicken parm
The
alla
chicken
vodka
parm,
is-
yeah.
that
Oh
is
my
like-
God, it's ridiculous.
with the
Chop
prosciutto
Danielle.
on it, the veal chop.
Anthony
Danielle.
yelled at me. He goes, Paulie, please, come on. You eat healthy. I'm like, give me a break. It's the best tasting thing on the. It's so good. I have
And
5
that's
drinks.
the thing about
I
here.
know. Holly's got five Negronis.
I
It's
don't know.
Are you
4 o'clock in the
complaining? You
afternoon.
can't be complaining.
Is it happy hour? It's Friday.
Yeah, it
You're
is.
done for the
Thank
day.
God
correct?
it's
Are you done for the
Friday.
day?
My wife says, "So come home and then we'll go out to dinner." I go, "Yeah, that's a great idea."
Yeah, that's a great idea. She's gonna start texting us around 9 p.m. You guys still there?
Oh man, it's
I want to just touch on that steak program.
Yeah,
really
go
quick.
ahead.
Just to-
While you're doing
These
that,
are center cut.
Oh my
We're only
God.
doing 4 or 5 for the whole line. Center cut New York strip, 16 ounce.
oh man,
The upper 1% of prime. This is the top of prime that we didn't. This is
Right.
aged 28 days. Nice char on that, medium rare.
it's
That's
delicious.
the best strip in
And
town. Is my
you know,
favorite.
you got the beautiful steak sauce here, but I'm just chomping on a piece
wow,
that's naked in honor of Ralph Pagano because his naked taco. But the naked steak
Oh,
is delicious.
the
It's
best.
just good.
now I'm
You
back
get
to red
your-
wine.
So this
I'm-
I want you to try what you haven't had in a
gone
long
full
time.
circle.
Mostly. Our famous snapper franchise. This is something that I've been doing here since I've been coming here for 30
You know
years.
what? I've never had this.
Wait till you try that. It's gonna be the
I've
best.
never
That's gonna
had
be the
it.
best fish you've had all year.
When I do fish here, I get the swordfish. It's just
I don't know how they
spectacular.
do it. I can't figure out for the life of me. I said to Anthony, I go, teach me how to make that swordfish. He goes, Paulie, that's all I got. It's, it's thick, it's
Oh,
hot,
that's delicious.
Oh,
it stays
snapper
moist.
franchise
But the
is-
snapper franchise is, yeah, my wife's go-to when we come.
That's the one. And what I was going to mention is, people think Italian American food, heavy pasta, red
Oh.
sauce. Here, you could, if you're on keto, you could eat keto. You could have a steak
my God.
and a
What is
salad.
keto? Is
They
that
have
still a
veggies.
thing? Is that
That's
keto thing?
what they used to call the Atkins
High
diet.
protein.
Yeah,
High protein.
people do it.
Yeah, listen.
And if you want to have, just fish, you got the snapper and the
Can I,
swordfish.
can I get a side
If
order?
you
Ozempic,
wanna have-
yeah, exactly.
A lighter, there's
Yeah.
everything
Can I
in
get
the
a shot of
world.
Buongiorno to start off.
It's all good.
Yeah,
And
listen, we tell people, fresh fish, hand cut fish daily. Like Paulie touched on the swordfish, the snapper. We've been bringing in some fresh tuna. Anthony wants to bring in the fresh tuna. All the steaks, the dry aged steaks, pastas. We got something for everybody.
That's so good. And again,
The pasta.
I love
al
when
dente.
Mayo forgets we're doing a show
Oh,
and he just sits there
was somebody
eating.
talking?
It's not fair when you come here because, again,
I got lost in a
I've-
reverie.
How do
you
you
know,
pick?
there's a way to come to Runway, by the way, where you don't have to. I always walk out of here carrying food home.
100%.
And because I think, okay, I have to order an appetizer, but I think you're better off doing the family style thing where everybody gets to try something. So you come to Runway, you order a couple of for the table, you get a couple of entrees,
We always
2 or
say
3 apps,
two or three apps, a pasta, 2
Yeah.
entrees. It's good for 5
and
people.
everybody's happy. You get the hot and cold antipasta is a must
Oh.
because it's just. And those whatever those peppers are, the stuffed peppers, he refuses to tell me what goes in them. And my best friend in the world.
That's a secret.
He won't tell me.
It's a family
you probably
secret.
know. You know, don't you?
He could tell
You don't even know?
I'm a part of this. I don't know.
Meanwhile, the food keeps coming.
Yeah.
We're having a great time here at Anthony's Runway 84. It is open 6 days a week, closed on Mondays. Do you ever think about going 7 days during the season, or it's just
Not
you
7
need-
days. We're just so busy. We need a day of rest, a
Yeah.
day of
Yeah,
resting,
That's the
reckoning
proper
because it's-
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Truth
every
be
night
told,
is here is New Year's
I
Eve
have
every
had-
night, literally. So plus
I've
the
had
music for your ears.
Many charity events that I've hosted here before you came in on Mondays. We take the place over.
Yeah, so we do. So
yeah.
You leave
so
it open for that.
we'll just
Some
touch on
buyout.
this. And
Yeah.
we have a
So,
lot of
God.
private parties here, a lot of buyouts, and one of the nights that you can do a full buyout. We'll do a buyout any day of the week if you have that type of appetite.
Yes.
But Mondays we do a lot of private parties, and we're booked up a lot on Monday nights. So we
That's
do a lot
good.
of, yeah.
Even though it's closed,
So you're
the
not closed.
staff is
Of
working.
course, yeah, we're still available for private
And
parties.
it's and again for the holidays, how does that work in terms of holiday parties?
So we are going to be open for lunch every single day in December for holiday parties. So
Are you
this
serious?
is
Oh,
new
for
now. So-
parties?
yeah, no,
for
let me
open.
finish. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for the whole entire month of December. We're doing power lunch for the public.
Wow.
I'm here.
Ready? With on top of that, live music on Fridays is the ultimate power
Right.
lunch.
That's the
Then-
ultimate.
Well, that's going on too. You can have up to 5 people or 50 people for your holiday company party.
Let me go back inside
Yeah.
and find, because I've been coming here all these years.
Yeah.
We always had a guy in the occasionally, but the live band has added so much. Whose idea was that? The whole 1940s era supper club feel to the restaurant. Did you guys all come up with that?
So it was a collective effort on it. But you know what? What I found out is working with Anthony is he's so passionate about music. And actually, Anthony's a musician.
Oh, yeah.
The other night, he played the other night. We had a hurricane, and our piano guy got stuck in Miami, and Anthony hopped on the piano and played the piano.
Shut up,
We got to
really?
break it. Yeah, he played the whole set, 3 hours. So we got to
3
break
hours?
his 2 hours. We had to break his balls when he comes back.
Oh,
out here. Sorry.
God,
no idea.
That's fine.
No,
So, and then on top of that, our other partner, Pat Marzano,
Yep.
is a music fanatic, and nobody has a better ear for music than Pat.
Oh,
So
wow.
Pat is like a
But it's
live
doo-wop, right? Doo-wop. He's a
Yeah,
doo-wop guy.
yeah,
If
like
it
the
was-
old school
if
If it was
Sinatra,
in Goodfellas, Pat likes it.
Yeah, right.
All right.
So-
Hey, we got to do some
Let's do a
business.
little
We got to
break, do
take
some
our
plug.
first
Yeah,
break.
let's take our sponsors.
And then we'll come back and we'll talk more about the goings on here at
Yeah.
Anthony's Runway 84. Marc Falsetto, Paul Castronovo. Maybe Anthony Bruno will show up.
Yeah, he's on his
yeah,
way. He's
on
on
his
his
way.
way.
And 10 Negronis.
Because I love seeing Anthony because, I could dish it out as the critic and I can also take it. And Anthony loves to bust my chops.
Oh, yeah, he's going to bust. He's going to
And
bust.
that's the highlight usually of the season.
Of the season.
So, all right, we'll be back with more on the Lunchbox.
We're
after
gonna
these
eat.
words. Freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Best restaurants in South Florida? Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. If you're looking for an exquisite sushi experience, Kaizen Sushi Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale is the place to go. 5640 North Federal Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Chef owner Hui Lam, he's a sushi savant, slicing and serving pristine fish and seafood flown in directly from Japan and around the world. Nigiri, sashimi, special rolls, and omakase dinners. He's ruined me from going anywhere else. It's that good. Open 7 days for dinner and also for lunch. Even if you're not a sushi fan, they have great cooked options, including steaks, chops, rice and noodles, and other Japanese dishes. It's fantastic. For reservations and information, go to kaizenflorida.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Tacocraft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Tacocraft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back on a special Twilight edition of the Lunchbox from Anthony's Runway 84. And look who we have. Anthony himself.
Mozart.
Anthony Bruno, Paul Castronovo.
Beethoven.
You usually hear them on the radio without seeing their faces. Today you get to see their beautiful faces.
That's it.
What's that on your hat? What's that?
Got a
The
Yankee.
Yankee insignia. We got the World Series tonight, my friend.
Will you have it on here at the runway?
But we'll have it on here at the runway.
All
Yes,
right.
the TV's at the bar.
We have a nice
How are
TV
you, my
outside.
friend?
Doing great.
It's
Doing
been a
great.
while.
Everything's
You're
wonderful.
jacked for the series. You think
Very excited.
The Yankees
It's gonna be a
Judge
tough-
going to wake up? Is he going to?
They can't win without Judge right now. They've won so far without him, but they can't win without
Is
him.
he not hitting?
Well, he
Not
woke
hitting,
up a little
not-
bit.
He woke up a little bit, but he's not.
You got to pull it together in October. This is what Mr.
To
October.
be a Yankee, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I guess so. I
So
think we grew up Met fans. I don't know what to tell you, but
I said to him, he's been down here since 1970.
Yeah.
How could you not be a Yankee fan? They were in Fort Lauderdale. They were
Right.
synonymous with the Yankees.
all their radio, all the
Even if you were a Met fan when you
games,
moved down, right?
the play-by-play before the Marlins.
you can't just go, oh, I was a Met fan, now I'm a Yankee fan. It's not legal.
Exactly.
Well,
I did it.
You did it. Well, that goes to show
I grew up in Brooklyn,
My
and
father
I
would've
was
hated me.
trained to hate both the Dodgers because the
They
Brooklyn
left.
Dodgers abandoned
of course.
Brooklyn,
Yep.
and I also was trained to hate the Yankees.
Yeah,
so
you
I
had to be a
became a
Met
Mets
fan, of
fan,
course.
and it
We're the same
it
person, buddy.
consigned me to a lifetime of mostly misery.
Misery.
With, 86. We have our moments.
But what I-
Two of them,
69.
69 and 86.
By the way, before you got here, we had a discussion about Negronis, and you yell at me for drinking them at night. Well,
Shouldn't be drinking them late at night. They're a
Mike Mayo, the
daytime, afternoon,
professional
Italian
food
drink.
critic.
Well, look,
It's
the
like
whole
Drinking a
world, listen,
cappuccino after breakfast, right?
the whole world has changed, right?
Yeah.
Now people come in and they have espresso martinis before dinner.
That I don't understand.
Nobody knows what. There's no more rules.
Well, but the Negroni was invented in Milan at restaurants, and they served them all night long.
Food
What-
historian here,
It's-
Paul
it's-
Castronovo.
It's nice in the afternoon in Negroni. It's not really a night.
That's more of an apero. You're wrong.
But let me ask you about cappuccinos, because Americans go to Italy and then
Yeah.
they go someplace at night and order a cappuccino,
Never.
and they look at you
after
like
before you have to drink it before 12 in the afternoon.
Yeah, 11. I
It's a
heard.
You
breakfast
never
thing.
order. They don't even
My-
give you one at night. You can't get
They
one.
shake
at
slap
their
night.
you
head.
around and
Yeah,
say, "Go
that-
back, go."
Right, because
very
I was
true.
worried about Hooli when we were there because he orders cappuccino, and I said, "When we go to Italy, and he never did."
At night, it's
don't
only
embarrass me
espresso.
with my people.
Espresso, you can drink it
all day
course.
long,
Yeah,
all night
coffee
long.
all
Yes.
day.
And
Cafe,
how about, do people drink Americanos, the just coffee with the hot water in it?
Well, the
or-
hotels have gotten to the point where they know all the Americans are coming in, so they serve cafe americano. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't drink it. I refuse to. I drink only espresso.
Espresso, the pinky up. What
Sure.
about your nightcap drink? The other day when Paul was on the show up in Boca, he was talking about this digestif,
Aperitif.
The
Well,
Fernet.
Fernet, yeah,
Fernet
yeah.
Branca. Yeah.
but no more grappa. It's the
I
Fernet.
have both.
No,
I
you
switch
rotate,
around.
you
Yeah,
rotate,
You
yeah.
rotate. Yeah.
Okay,
Depends
you
on the
guys
mood
got to
you're in.
teach me the ways.
Have you had a Fernet ever?
I have not.
Oh, we're
We'll
gonna make
get
it
you
happen
one
for you.
now.
We're
It's
gonna do
very
one on
good,
the
yeah.
rocks
Okay.
and one neat. And we'll
Is
let
it
you
one
make-
of those? Is it like licorice? Denise
No, not at all. It's
flavor?
bitter.
Bitter. Oh,
But
you know
it-
me.
it-
I love bitter.
No,
Yeah.
it's medicinal. It's medicinal.
That's my natural default
Yeah, it's
position.
you. It's all you. You'll love it.
You know, we started drinking grappa in Italy 2 years ago at a joint called Frankie's Pizza in Sorrento, and we started like we had a late night dinner, and at some point we decided we're talking to the bartender. We said, you know what, we want to go out for a snack, maybe a midnight pizza. Where can we get one? You walk down the street, take a left, and Frankie's Pizza is the best pizza you're ever gonna have. So we walk in and we order a bunch of pies, and they sold it by the yard at
The
this bar,
yard.
the
We
meter,
had, we had a meter.
A meter of pizza?
and
and
a meter of prosciutto.
honest to God.
My God.
And I said to them, I go, can I get a grappa? And the owner of the restaurant, Frankie, was so upset with me. He goes, you don't have a grappa. He didn't understand that I've been drinking grappa for hours.
No,
And it
I
was-
think he did. That's why he didn't want to give you it. Pretty sure that's what it was.
That's
That's a good point.
It's understandable.
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
It works quick, grappa. That's one of the beautiful things about it.
I like
Yeah.
things that are fast acting.
Yeah.
Today,
So we're at Anthony's Runway 84. Marc Falsetto was telling us about, the expansion of the music program. We're going to have live music during the Friday Power Lunch coming up soon.
Yes.
And
for
then he
Christmas.
started talking about how, kind of you are really on board with the music program, and that not only are you a music lover, you're a musician, and that you actually got up on stage the other night
Yes.
as a
Yes.
fill-in understudy.
3
for-
hours?
But for 3 hours, though.
I did about an hour and a half.
oh, all right.
Yeah, I did about an
The
hour.
stories,
and a half.
they
play
grow.
what?
Yeah, he said
They
3
grow.
hours.
They get better and
Yeah.
better.
So what do you play? You play piano? You play guitar?
I would be broke if I did it for a living. That's
Yeah,
how good
well,
I am.
Okay.
I'm like a golfer. That hacks. That's what I am. Played a little guitar, a little piano.
You know what?
And,
But if
and
you
a
could
kazoo.
get in front of a crowd here,
When
that's
we were in
impressive. And
Tuscany
hold your
and
own.
you sat down with a guitar with we had a little trio that played. You got up and sang a couple of Italian songs. That was nice.
Very nice.
The Italians were mocking
But
you.
no, we had Mark had loved doing the music. He had the idea for the whole club thing. Pat's a music guy. I love music. My father was actually in the nightclub business in
That's
New York
right.
with
That's
supper
right.
clubs. So when he said that, I go, well,
Tell us the origin story, because again, this place has been here since 1982, right?
Correct.
42 years.
yes.
How is it that this spot? What was it before? What did you and your father see in this spot?
It was Runway 84 before that. It was opened up in 77, I think.
really by another
Very
outfit?
wealthy guy from Chicago built it, spared no expense. It was more continental type thing.
And it had that, like the
Yeah.
whole airport.
Yeah, they won a lot of
motif.
awards for their architecture and the
Mhm.
design awards at that time. And they did very well for a couple of years. But then the owner, wasn't really a restaurant guy.
Okay.
Didn't really kind of want to just entertain
The
his
old
friends.
line, how do you make a fortune? How do you make a
Yeah,
small
yeah.
fortune in the restaurant
Yeah.
business? Start with a big fortune.
Start with a big fortune.
Yeah, that's
And they kind of they weren't even open for dinner when we took it over. They were just open for lunch. They would open up, I think, Friday and Saturday nights for dinner.
okay.
And then we took it over in 82.
You and your dad.
Yeah, my father bartended down at Miami Airport.
Okay.
And I actually we were partners with Vinny from Vinny's.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, for the first year. And then we bought him out, and then Vinny opened up.
Yeah.
Vinny's out on University, if you remember.
Okay.
So I
When did
worked
you
for
rip
Vinny.
when did you rip the salad bar out?
That was about a year after we were here. Yeah.
You,
we
things
had,
didn't go well, and he took a sledgehammer
Yeah.
to it in the middle of the service.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
Vinny had an early bird here, and I was 21 years old, fighting with old people, which I never did before. I was getting cursed out by old people. And
There's nothing like that.
that was enough. I just that's it. Get me
Yeah.
the saw.
That's one of the greatest
Cut that
stories
thing
ever.
off right in the middle of the night.
Oh my
It was
God.
great. Yeah.
Hey, so and then what was the impetus behind the whole renovation, and were you a little leery? And
Well, what happened? I'll tell you
His
exactly
son
what
wouldn't
happened.
come in for 3 months when they opened. He refused.
No,
Anthony
what
Jr.
happened was
upset.
COVID hit.
Right.
And I figured that was my signal.
Right.
It was over.
right?
Oh,
40
wow.
years. I came in. There were 5 people in the restaurant. I said, I'm done. So I designed a hotel. I was going to build a hotel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Mark and I were talking, and Pat were talking, and the one thing led to the other. And he says, "Well, I have this idea. Maybe we could do this or do that." And we talked about the music and talked about keeping the great food, adding some things to it. And
it's
the
a
truth
hit.
is, I couldn't get the financing for the hotel,
Right. At
but
that
I get the
time.
financing for the restaurant.
Okay.
So
And
we
then
went with the
Next
restaurant.
thing you know, boom. I mean, this is beyond
It's been great.
anybody's comprehension.
No, it's
Every
been great.
night.
Expectations
just
were above
packed.
expectations, and we managed to do what we set out to do, which was to keep the Runway quote customer, and we have a whole new group of customers now.
Yeah.
which is
And
great.
That's what
you
Paul
love-
was saying. His
Yeah.
kid,
I
his
saw
son's
that.
No,
24,
well, his
loves
kid's-
coming in here.
His kid calls him for a reservation. He has to call his kid for a reservation.
Yeah, that's hey, AJ, can I get in this weekend?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can make a phone call. See what I can do.
His kid's the best. Let me tell you, he comes in, he's like, go to the bar, have a few drinks, take your time.
And this is where we got to tell people.
He was
look,
raised. He was raised properly.
That's great.
reservations are available online 30 days out on Resi, and I actually was able to book like
course.
2 weeks out for a buddy of mine who's having an anniversary tomorrow night. Got in 8:30.
Yeah.
I did it 2 weeks out, so it's like it's there. It's
Mike,
available.
everybody wants 7:30.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And then they
everybody
said he
wants the
can't get
main dining room.
reservations.
Yeah,
Right. You
right.
can get reservations. You just got to.
What do you recommend? Like
Gotta bet.
9 o'clock's not a problem, right? You can
I
pop
think
in.
the best time on a weekend?
Yeah.
6:30, and then 8:39.
See, this
All
is
right.
how I've
That's the
become,
best time.
and this is one of the signs that I'm officially getting.
We got to
old.
flip tables.
I'd
Yeah.
My
rather
wife's not even 30, and she
I'd
loves eating at like
rather
5
come
to
here at
6.
5:30 because let's face it, a man of my when I eat again, I order like this, and
Anytime.
and I need a little time before I go to sleep to digest. I need some of that.
I
Fernet.
stand corrected.
What I
the
tell you in
grappa.
Italy?
We
In Italy, he books 9 o'clock and 9:30. Paulie, we got to eat in the afternoon in Italy. Eat
Yeah,
beautiful
that's
because
a
you
big
can eat
meal.
everywhere. Whole fish. You could eat
Yeah.
like this in the afternoon in Italy. You can't eat.
But
late.
wait, I thought everything is closed between 2 and
This
6
is what I'm trying to
or
tell you.
something. This
No,
place
not
is-
true.
the joints we go.
if
to.
you go in at
Oh,
1,
okay.
1:30,
you go like 1:30.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't let them
This
leave.
is good to know.
I would like to say this. I have some evidence here. I wrote it down. I believe I'm the greatest customer you've ever had. Maybe not monetarily. However, nobody else has brought more celebrities into Runway 84
No,
than
you're
me.
the best.
I got it right here. Dom Herrera,
Okay.
Bobby Lee, the comedian, who's
Yes.
hugely famous with his podcast. Ralphie May, God rest his soul.
God rest his soul.
Bert Kreischer, superstar.
Kreischer's huge now.
Brett Ernst.
I love Ernst.
Billy Gardell.
Billy Gardell.
Multiple
We
times.
He's a
exchanged
great
pinky
dude.
rings, Billy and I.
That was a
that's
great dude.
Yeah.
Lisa Lampanelli came in here. Bobby Slayton, Brian Callen, and there's a few I can't remember.
Callen.
Brian Callen, great comics.
Brian was great.
We've
They
had him in
all
the studio.
like
I
to
love
hang out
Brian
with
We
Callen.
brought people, but he's brought in Dan Marino.
Dan Marino's like-
Every now and then they let me sit at the Marino table. It's kind of fun.
Hey, it's all good. Hey, before we take our next break, and we'll let you go, Anthony, because I know you're busy, but I do want to just kind of ask, you used to have Andy's Live Fire Grill, but it looks like, I don't know if you still own the property because did you
I have a
sell it?
mortgage on the property. I sold it.
Oh, you
So,
did? Okay,
yeah.
because that new restaurant, BKK
Yeah,
Thai
yeah,
Cilantro,
there's a couple of those.
fantastic.
They do a great job of
They're
it.
really
I
nice.
was
I lived in
there,
there for a sit-down meal this week, and then for a
At the new
takeout
place?
thing at the new place.
Yeah, they're great. They're
And
great
they're doing
family,
great.
very nice.
Very nice.
No,
they know what they're
clean,
doing,
Beautiful. No, they do.
which
They're
is what we like.
operators.
Yeah, they're
Yep,
operators.
very good.
And their place out in Davie is
Hopefully,
also
I get
very
my
good.
mortgage paid every
Yeah,
month.
you just want the
It's all
mortgage
good.
paid off. It's all good. But yeah, you're always hustling. So, do you still have dreams of a hotel, or
No.
It's
What about a
over.
tiki bar? What about a
Amalfi
tiki
Coast.
bar on a beach somewhere where we rent
I
jet
just want to
skis, we
live in
make
Italy
drinks?
for a couple of
How
months.
about an
That's my only
Airbnb
dream.
in Italy? Just
That's
buy
all
a
I want.
house
That's
and then
all I
rent it
wanna
out. Yeah, that's it.
I
It's
don't
all
want
good.
to. That's it.
All right, we got to take our next break. Anthony, it's
All right, man.
always a
This is
pleasure.
Salute.
Go Yankees.
Go Yankees
Yeah.
prediction. Yankees in five.
Yankees
Probably
in
like me.
six.
Yankees in six.
Yankees
Find
in
it hard.
Prediction.
six.
As a
Judge
Brooklynite,
gets the MVP.
Ralph put his money on the Dodgers. He bet it today.
What does he know?
I don't know. I'm just telling you.
I
He's a
don't know.
big gambler.
as a Brooklyn boy who hates both the Yankees and Dodgers, I am rooting for the meteor to crash into Chavez Ravine.
That's hilarious.
Another
Oh, my
earthquake.
God.
Another earthquake. Nobody get hurt, but just shake them up. a
All
little
good,
bit.
guys.
All right.
Yep.
We'll be back with more on the Lunchbox from Anthony Runway 84 after these words.
Is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. A little further inland, Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C, 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial.
serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Okay, we're back, Twilight Edition, but we're going to replay this one next week too.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is too good not to.
Do I get 2 checks?
Yes, absolutely.
You don't want just one big one?
You ever get those residuals where it's like 2 cents?
I never got a residual. I'm in radio. Why would I get a residual?
No, that's true. I don't know why.
I have friends in television that get residual checks for 10, 15 cents for an episode, a sitcom that they were on 25 years ago. It's hilarious.
And it takes more to print the check and mail the check than the actual check itself. Anyway, Marc Falsetto's back.
I'm back.
And we're talking wine now. You got some new additions to the, again, the great wine list here. And as the Italians say, a day without wine is like a day without sunshine. So
yeah, exactly. Well, salute, guys. Enjoy. I'm gonna actually take a sip of this spritz.
Why not? Go for it.
Salute.
But
Happy Friday, TGIF.
We're sipping on this new high-end Dow. It's called what? Soul of a Lion, and it's delicious. Is it a blend?
I don't know which one we had. Which one we drinking?
Yeah. So Soul of the Lion. This is actually first of all, we got some great new wines on the wine list. As you know, my wife is a sommelier. She's heavily involved with the wines, and my other partner, Pat Marzano, is a wine fanatic. So. I'm very blessed to have all these winos and doing all these great things with wines. And
they call themselves onophiles, by the way.
Onophiles, right?
It's a fancy French
or
word
drunks,
for wino.
We call them drunks in Miami.
Right, exactly. So great wines, a lot of stuff. So every year, always innovating, always adding new and seeing what's hot, what's new, and the trends and all that stuff. And our highest end stuff is the Corvin pour, which is the system that allows us to pour high-end wines by the glass.
And it keeps them fresh.
We keep them, you can open it. Because this is a $200 bottle of wine. You open this up and you pour one glass, and somebody doesn't buy it's going to go bad. But with the Corvin system, this can stay open for a month.
Really?
It's one of the many things here. The
needle goes through the top, and you can just pour a little bit out at a time.
Because, I know people who come just, they're going to have a cocktail. They don't want a full bottle of wine. They want a glass, but they want a good, high-end
I know that
glass.
we're the only restaurant in Broward County
that has the
and Dade that's serving Tignanello by the glass.
Yeah.
And now Dow's a good friend of mine.
Tignanello. Say it Italian. Come on,
Tignanello.
Tignanello.
But this is Italian-American. Tignanello.
They just say Tig, like prosciutto.
Tig, yeah.
Prosciutto Tig. That's it. Tig. They call it Tig here.
Gabagool.
Dow sold the
Gabagool,
line. Great single vineyard cab. That's going to be Paso Robles.
Right.
You won't see this by the glass at many places.
Paso Robles.
And we're actually doing this Corvin pour by the glass.
Yeah.
I don't know what it costs, but it's very good.
It's fantastic. I mean, you get all the, you've got it all here. You got the music, you got the atmosphere, you got the food, you got the beverages.
But let me ask you this: for Joe Blow, who's like, I'm going to get nervous when they come to the restaurant. What should I order? Wine. People do. Yeah, they look at a list. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming. Yeah. The beauty of Runway 84 is the waiters.
Something for everybody.
The waiters all know what do you have, and they'll tell you exactly what you should have with it. They'll make you. They won't look like an idiot. What should I order?
Listen, it's all about
it's all about
knowledgeable service. It's all about having something at every price point.
Yeah.
But not only that, there's a lot of wines that are $50, $60, $80 that are terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you know which wines are great, my wife or the servers here will recommend a bottle of wine that's $60, $80 that's going to drink better than a $200 bottle. You just have to know which ones are small vintages, small vineyards.
And
if you know, you know. So
and they know
that's the key. So we know we have all the good selections. But listen, we're an Italian restaurant, and we double down on Italian wines, and we have some amazing Super Tuscans. Ooh. Super Tuscans, as you know, is an Italian blend. Right. It's a blend, right? So
and it's not a Brunello, but it's
the same
region.
Mostly all from Tuscany. Yep. So here's some of our favorite Super Tuscans. And these are all new on the wine list. So right now, one of the hottest Super Tuscans on the market is Sundria. So this is a beautiful, beautiful blend of wine. Price point, this one sells for about $200.
Oh,
on the wine list.
On the wine list.
Okay.
I'm an under 100 guy.
Under 100 guy.
Out of my price range.
I'm flush now, Paulie. I'm going for the $200 bottle.
The funny thing is,
Michael
Mayo,
just
I don't
sold
have
his
a
house,
fancy
so we're gonna
fancy podcast like you.
Well, he just sold his house, so we're gonna drink the down bottles tonight. Il Pino. This is another one, hand selected, beautiful Super Tuscan. Let's give me a little bit less. This is between 100 around 150.
Do they call a Super Tuscan in Italy?
Yeah, Super
Yes.
Tuscans, Toscanas.
Supero.
Yeah.
Is it a different word for it?
No, they say just they don't use the word Super Tuscan.
I don't. Okay.
Yeah, they use it says Toscano or
Oh,
Bulgari
okay,
and
yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Then this is more of on the upper echelon. So Il Pino is going to be mid-range, great Super Tuscan. And then this is my favorite, Orena, and this is coming from the house of Sasakaya.
Sasakaya.
So Sasakaya is the very, very big house.
My favorite grappa is Sasakaya. They make the greatest grappa
The greatest
anywhere.
grappa. And Sasakaya, in my opinion, one of the best Super Tuscan Italian wines in all of
Yeah.
Italy. And a quick
I
story.
don't think I've tried it, but yeah.
The day that I got sick in Italy was a day of a private tour of Sasakaya
Oh,
on the way
and you
to
crawled on hands
we
and
turned the
knees?
car around.
Oh, you-
and that is something that nobody can get into. It was
but
just
that's
my
the reason
favorite.
you got to go back. So you didn't make it there.
Yeah,
or-
make it turn the
How
car
come
around.
Anthony doesn't get these little perks when I go to Italy with him?
You're not hanging out
Hell
with the right
happened.
people.
Obviously, we got to bring
You
Falsetto.
know,
You
he's
guys
a guy
are
who
on a-
likes
you
to
guys
go
are
to the
on-
early
Yeah.
You
bird.
guys are on a budget. You know what I mean?
He sponsored the early bird in Italy. What are you going to do? Who are you hanging out with?
You guys are going to
Falsetto.
1, 2 o'clock early bird special.
I can't break it.
Dinner at 5.
Terrible
He's
habit.
busting your chops or drinking a.
So
the
Arena
wrong
from
time.
Sasakaya,
Yeah.
one step down,
I
but
love
delicious, delicious wine.
It's
So
all good. Hey,
Yeah.
this is just part of the whole experience here at.
See, that's the
Runway
word. It
84.
is an experience.
It's an experience.
Like,
Well, we talk
And-
about restaurants all the time. You can't just have good
I
food. You
hate-
can't just have good service, and you
All
can't just have good ambiance. You have to have all three and
But
make
even
an
like the
experience.
servers or just the way the service is utter. Like I had a fight. He's like, I want to serve it. I'm like, I don't know. He's like, I'm serving. I'm like, okay,
That's
okay.
it.
Like,
That's
and,
it.
and you know, you guys take care of your guests so beautifully, as opposed to me, the 170,000 crazies in Let's Eat South Florida. I have contempt for them, and one of the things I have contempt for is when somebody puts a review on went to Runway 84 too loud. Hey, if you want silence,
Live
go to a
music.
library.
Or come at 6:30, like Anthony said, and the
or-
music starts at 8:39.
Right. And,
Oh,
but
that's
the,
true.
The beautiful part here is it's a scene, it's an experience, it's lively.
it's a vibe.
And,
as the
okay,
kids
it is
say.
not.
I've never seen such a diverse crowd.
You're not
in
going to
my
have a
whole
quiet
life.
conversation when the band's jamming.
Yeah,
You're
it's a
gonna
live
have-
band. What
show,
do you
But you
want,
can in
man.
the Cypress Room. That's why we built the
Yep,
Cypress Room.
but it's
So the
more
Cypress
fun
Room.
than you can imagine,
Oh.
and just I mean, everything is great. All right, we got to take our final break,
Let's do
and
it.
then we'll come back and wrap up this edition, and we'll head into the
I'm
into
fired
the
up. Right? I
weekend.
think we're doing some martinis after this. at
I am
the
going
bar.
to do anything
Jeez.
you
All
put in
right.
front of me.
All
All
right.
right. Well, you got to have a Fernet. He's never had
Fernet.
Fernet before.
Let's do a Fernet,
Yeah,
a
should
grappa,
try
and a
a Fernet.
martini, and
I'm
see
all
what
good.
happens
Oh,
tonight.
geez.
All right,
All
we'll
right.
be back on
Thank you.
the lunch. From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food and a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. A sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hour 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. Anthony's Runway 84, Fort Lauderdale, been a place in business 42 years, and now making his Lunchbox debut. It's been a rotating cast of characters. Toto, you know him. If you come here, he'll see you. I mean, he'll see you when you're at your table. If anything goes wrong,
How many
he's the
years,
man to
Toto? How
fight.
many years?
23 years now.
Wow,
boys.
Mazel tov.
23 years.
It's a good number.
How are you? And welcome to the Lunchbox. We do this podcast every weekday. And I know you've seen me in here. And he's another one. Every time he sees all the food on my table, he goes, he's eating like he's going to the chair.
That's what I say. It looks like you're going to the chair here tomorrow.
Whenever Toto's involved with my dining here at Runway, which has been, like we figured it out, I'm coming 40 years now. He just comes over to me and he takes the menu out of my hand and he walks away because he knows what I
You
want.
gonna have the same thing? Are you one of those guys you just always order the same thing?
No, not at all. No,
or
no.
he'll bring stuff.
Yeah,
that's
we just
different.
I'll do a little fish, a little something for the table for we always get a fish, we always get a steak, we always get 2 or 3 pastas and a couple of antipastas. So yeah,
He's like me.
eat like you. Yeah.
You got to mix things up a little bit.
Nice.
Let him try a little of everything.
Hey, how we looking Sunday? The Dolphins gonna look. His son and I and Toto, we're big Dolphin fans. How we looking?
Well, is Tua back this week? Hopefully.
Yes,
Toto's
he's starting.
back.
He's starting
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah.
How
That's
long
it.
will he
That's a
last?
win.
That's the question.
long
Oh
will he
yeah,
last?
he's putting
You heard it here.
marking it down as a win.
Yeah,
Is it
that's
a
a win.
cover?
That's
Are they
a win.
favored? I have no idea.
Yes,
what's
they're
going on.
favored. I think by
Yeah,
three.
three or
3
4. It was 4
3
this
or 4.
morning. Yeah,
Four.
yeah,
You're gonna give 4. Whoosh. I don't
Look,
know.
4 and a hook now.
Look
Now it's
at-
up to 4 and a hook.
The cheetah's coming out of his skin waiting for him to come back. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he really is losing
Oh,
his mind.
Tyreek Hill and Waddle need him
All
bad.
right, we'll see what happens. But meanwhile, okay, so let's say for those people who've never been here before, if they want to come down here, what's the best way to experience Runway?
The best way to experience Runway, honestly, is I come over to the table. I'll talk to you about a few things,
Yeah.
and let me mix a few things up for you for the table. So that way, there you get to try a little of everything.
And it's
'Cause
family
it's really,
style.
it's really difficult to come here and order just individual portions because our food is so sensational. You have to try a little of
You
everything.
know how many friends of mine call me? They go, "Hey, I'm going to Runway for the first time. What should I have?" I'm like, I can't answer that question.
That's Toto.
How do I answer that question?
Here's what I do.
That's what
When I-
Toto was here for.
When I come with my girlfriend, there's 2 of us. I get an appetizer, we get a salad, we get sometimes a main and a little side dish, like a half order of pasta, and then a dessert. I think that's it.
plenty.
You just
Perfect.
course it out.
Your mayo. like you know how to do
But
everything.
you have a little bit of everything, and that way you have a little taste. And same
you
thing,
walk
if you come
out-
with a table for 4,
Yeah.
you're gonna get a cup. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know the
Look,
drill.
I'm the family style king. Nobody does it like me.
And you mix it up. You get a little fish, a little
Yeah,
pasta,
yeah,
a little bit.
And if you ever want to get in, I'm going to go ahead and post Toto's number, his cell phone number on the
All good. All right. I think we got to wrap up this edition.
We
Are
do.
there any how much are you looking forward to the season when it gets crazy? Because you said there's only how many tonight for a Friday night? Only 400.
Not
on the-
enough.
on the
Just
You said
four.
not enough.
Not enough. The guy
You
Toto
only have so
wants
many
more.
tables.
Not enough.
We're not in Kansas anymore. We're in South Florida.
Exactly.
It's going to be season.
Wait, if there's
boat
400
show.
tonight and the boat show's not here, how many can you get in next weekend?
Oh, we're trying for 5.
What's the record? What's the record for a evening dinner
I
service?
think the best we've done so far since the relaunch,
Yeah.
I think was 520.
Wow,
That's a
geez.
big number.
Well,
That
good
is
luck.
like Willie Mays numbers.
Is there a
right?
time
Willie-
at the end of the night that you have to close and get people out the door? Is it like a legal city?
No, you can.
Kitchen-
I don't know.
The kitchen stays open on the weekends to 11 o'clock. If
Okay.
you walk through that door 11 o'clock, you get served.
You're gonna
Oh,
see. I
wow.
like
All right,
that.
that's what I meant.
That's
That's always a
amazing.
big topic. Is like, is it rude to come in 5 minutes before
Oh,
the
yeah.
end of service? Here, they're ready
here.
to take care.
That's
of
it.
One year,
beautiful.
I was hosting my Meatballs and Martini charity event here, and it was like 11 o'clock, and Anthony goes, "Here," and I go, "What?" He hands me the keys. He goes, "You lock up," and he walked out the door. I swear to God.
That's family right there. All right, that's gonna do it for this week. What a fun time
Yeah,
we've had
what a
today.
blast. You guys are the
Fantastic.
best.
Toto, Marc Falsetto, Anthony Bruno, Paul Castronovo, for everybody involved.
Yeah, Paul, thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
I can't believe
Toto,
I'm
everyone, thank you.
still going to be
Marc,
eating and
Anthony.
drinking, but that's how we roll here on the Lunchbox. Monday we'll be at home. Another full week next week. We'll talk more. But until then, enjoy every meatball, every steak,
7 Negronis.
and Negronis, the vino. Enjoy.